This comes from TMZ Sports. So this is a story of Brett Favre and his addiction with painkillers. And once again, I'm very, very appreciative when celebrities come forward with these stories because I think that it does provide encouragement to other people to seek help with their problems if they have an issue, you know. And I could see why Brett Favre was on painkillers because he was known as the Iron Man. You know, when he was playing, right, he would never miss a game. It didn't matter if you would see him take some hits, man. You would see him take some hits. You would see him take hits, and I mean I've never seen too many quarterbacks who've taken some of the shots that Brett Favre has taken. I mean, if Andrew Luck were Brett Favre, he would still be playing now. I mean, Brett Favre, they just don't make him like Brett Favre no more, man. He was the Iron Man. And so throughout his NFL career, he got hooked on painkillers, just like a lot of pro wrestlers do, a lot of NBA players, a lot of athletes, because in order to maintain that level of excellence, you have to deal with a lot of physical pain. Except you also deal with the pain of aging, the pain of being human, the pain of not recovering like freaking Wolverine from the X-Men, you know? And he was the Iron Man. Brett Favre says his rock bottom moment came right after winning the Super Bowl in 1997, admitting his addiction to painkillers nearly cost him his life. The NFL Hall of Famer opened up on his battle with pills on Bowling with Favre on Podcast One with guest Dr. Phil this week, saying he first got addicted to painkillers in 1994 after suffering an injury. Yeah. So I was wondering how was Brett Favre just getting on the field, man? How was he just getting out there and just not dying, man? And it had to be painkillers. It had to be. Because Brett Favre was just not just good, but fucking ridiculous good. And he would take these shots and just get back up the very, very following week and play like he had not just been hit. It's like it was just, it didn't make any sense, man. It didn't make any sense. And it always starts off small, right? It always starts off small. But the problem with painkillers and the problem with using substances to alleviate pain is instead of trying to get to the root of the actual problem is the pain relief itself provides a window to you seeking more pain relief. Because eventually your body's going to get used to those pills. So you're going to need more and more and more pills to cover up the freaking damage. That's why people now, even now, I have a VA counselor, I have a VA mental health counselor, I have a VA doctor. I have 4 different doctors. And ask any one of those doctors, would I ever take a freaking pill? Ask any one of those doctors, would I ever take a freaking pill? Ask them. Ask them, would I ever take a freaking pill? And they will tell you no. I don't take pills. And the reason why I don't take pills is because I know myself. I know I have a very addictive type of personality, and I realize I will get hooked on freaking pills. And I also realize that I allow problems to compound on my physical self. So being that I move around, I exercise, and I behave much like a freaking athlete, well, I know that if I started taking pills and I kept working out, well, I'm going to go longer and longer and longer and work out even longer, thus requiring my body to require more pills. So that doesn't sound like a problem for like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months until it's years. Until you're like Eddie Guerrero. Until you're like Chris Benoit. You know, Brett Favre. So many other guys who just, they took those painkillers. You know? And then the problem gets worse when you have certain guys who go into certain sports who also take steroids. You know? You add in painkillers with mood-altering drugs that changes hormones. Makes you bigger, stronger, but also angrier faster. You add pills to that too. So now you're not just angry, you're also relaxed in that anger. You're used to that anger. Your body cannot withstand that. Your liver cannot withstand that. Your heart can't withstand that. You know? And once again, I wish guys like Brett Favre would do a better job. You know, and again, I'm not criticizing him here. It's just not his responsibility. But I wish that some of the veteran athletes, the truly great ones, the freaking NFL champions, the NBA champions, the soccer champions, the WWE champ, people who are big name, who have been there. I wish they would pull these guys aside and says, hey, you don't have to take pills, man. Maybe tell your team, tell your manager, whatever, hey, I need a fucking week off. I understand that I'm getting paid a lot. I understand that. But one day I'm going to be very, very old, and I don't want to be sitting here with damn brain damage or clipped on damn drugs. I do understand that people want their entertainment, but I think we also need to realize these guys are human. And we don't want to push these guys to greatness so much that they go to pills. And I think that was the biggest problem, is that people praised Brett Favre for being an Iron Man athlete for so long that he wanted to be that. That was his defining quality. I mean, yeah, he could throw the ball. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he also had a lot of interceptions too. Don't get me wrong. He could throw the ball. He could throw the ball. He could do a lot of things that a lot of other quarterbacks couldn't do. But his main best quality was that he maintained that level of excellence while never missing games, man. Like he missed a few games, but it was rare. He was the Iron Man. Do you think that week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, decade in, decade out, you just don't think that has a physical effect on somebody's body? Of course it does. Favre started taking 2 pills a day, which led to teammates helping him get more and more painkillers, to a point where I was basically taking in 2 days a month's prescription, which is crazy. Favre says he even suffered 2 seizures due to complications from his increased pill intake in 1995, which forced him to come clean with his addiction. Despite a 75-day stint in rehab, Favre's addiction didn't end until after winning 3 straight MVP awards and a Super Bowl in 1997, when he was as low as I could possibly be. So I want you to understand something. What's pretty much happening here is that what's compounding on this is that this man's winning while he's a drug addict. But he also has the money to support his habit. Do you understand what that's doing to this man's mind and body? Society is encouraging Brett Favre to be a drug addict because he's getting paid, for one, so he could afford the habit, and 2, he's winning while having the habit, and the habit supports his body to not feel pain. So imagine the dopamine rushes that he's getting. That's the moment that he knew he had to kick his habit for good, saying, I said it's one of 2 things: I die or I flush these pills down the toilet. I sat by the toilet for 2 hours, Favre said. Eventually, I dumped the pills in the toilet and flushed them. I almost wanted to kill myself because of doing that. I could not believe that I've actually done that, and I was so mad at myself because of now what was I going to do? Favre says he spent the next few months trying to get over the urge to take pills, and thankfully, slowly beat the addiction. Oh, man, I'm so proud of him, man, and I'm happy for him. But I want more athletes to speak up, because I think it's not just the athletes, but it's also we as fans. We have to really, really look at ourselves and stop trying to expect these guys to be superhuman, man. They're only human. At what point is being human good enough? Why do we have to keep trying to force these guys to not just be good, but beyond good? Be freaks of nature constantly. Is there a reason why we look at these men and we don't see them as humans? I wouldn't expect somebody to do what Brett Favre does and and not become away with some serious issues or have some drug addictions to painkillers. I would expect that. I think it's not just the athletes that have to really, really do better about not getting addicted to drugs, but also the fans have to do a little bit better about not being so hard on the athlete for not being beyond human. You know, because when you push people to be beyond human, they're going to look for things to help them become gods or demigods or the gladiators of old.